and he said he had put his little bundle already on the boat up on the shelf.
Yeah.
But he came back off the boat just to walk around Wilson Square till it was time for the boat to go. Next thing he heard, clickety clop, it's locked in a horse and carriage. William, where do you think you're going? Because Daddy said I could go to Inagua with Uncle Bill. You're not going anywhere. You're not making the crossing, and apparently it's a very rough patch of the ocean that is dangerous. She said you're not going to do what she named the crossing.
I know exactly what that is.
Something crossing. And she said, I went and had to go get your stuff off the boat.
Oh no,
and
poor little dog.
He said, I've never seen an awkward yet.
Oh my.
And that kind of let me know she kind of ruled the roost.
She had to though. She had to. She lost her husband so early, you know.
And she took Mummy's wedding picture because it was black and white. And she took it down to a studio and had them touch it up and put a little color on it and put a little color in Mummy's flowers. Mummy said I was furious. And Sister Pinda, she called her Sister Pinda. She knew I didn't want to do that. And she still took my picture.
Oh my gracious. Like they would have done for those pictures they used to take when you first went to Miami. When they'd color them up, remember?
Yeah, right, exactly.
Same kind of thing, same thing, hey. Yeah.
I wish I bought my computer because this lady in Canada, okay, I'll tell you who she is. She's Nora and Percy Hall's granddaughter.
Wow.
And she sent me Nora and Percy's engagement picture.
What? Now this is Nora Holton. Wait,
Nora and Percy.
Okay.
Skeeter Hall.
Oh my goodness, who lived next door to Marsu.
Exactly.
Where Norma is now, Norma's
right,
house.
Right.
I was just telling Una about that. I said the little gap went right through there.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, where my daddy would have brought his daddy home over his shoulders.
Yeah.
When he was totally intoxicated.
Yeah.
He'd go and find him and bring him home and lift him up over his
Maddie,
shoulders.
Dee Dee was telling us, Dee Dee and Steve Mans was explaining to us that what I didn't know was the little corner that me and Kathy and Reggie, and then the little corner house right up to the back of Woodtier, you know, next to the Minces.
Yeah.
That Bill Mans had built that little house for his mom and dad, and then when they passed away, he sold it to Ivan Sims.
Oh,
and that's where Larry and Rose and Angela
and then where Kathy and those lived.
Right, so after Uncle Ivan and then moved up to Village Road, then Uncle Reggie and Aunt Lois went in there with Kathy
I
and
remember that house so
and
well.
me too.
Yeah.
So anyway, what she was saying was that the Minces have been there forever. That was not only Mr. Bill, that was his father and grandfather before him.
Wow.
And the first home they lived in was Lurleen Colley.
Oh
They
my
were in
word.
Lurleen's house first.
I wondered who lived in that house because I knew it wasn't Lurleen's house.
It was the Minces.
Oh, so
Then-
they kind of owned that whole
They
end of
and,
Poitiers Lane.
and halfway down Poitiers. That was all
Their property.
great-grandpa Minces
Wow.
Poitiers. But the reason why I'm telling you all this was Dee Dee said behind them in Poitiers was another home behind the garage that Mr. Bill used to fix cars. There was a home behind him, and they were the Poitiers family.
Really?
And she
That's
said,
how it got the name?
That's how where it was named from. It was a family behind the Minces.
So behind the garage,
Right.
where
There's
they
a
did
little there's a little cut alley street between where Basil and Pauline Aubrey used to be.
Yes,
And that used to run around the back to the Ray's property off of Fowler Street. And then you could go through the Ray's property up Uncle Bertie's driveway. Because they always own they own the driveway, although Uncle Bertie owned the lot, the Rays still own the driveway to have access to their property through Poitiers as well.
So now I always wondered, Daphne, could you access that property off of Shirley Street?
Shirley Street.
Where you were looking for a place for Eric that time. Is that road?
They were looking. Steve said there are 4 entrances to the Ray's land. One off of Poitiers, one off of Fowler, one off of Shirley. Well, no, one off of East Bay, and one off of one of the little lanes that run like Lightburn Lane or I think it was Mosley Lane, one of those little lanes. There's another little baby street. So they could have come in at their place at 4. That was a big piece of property. Yeah. But like William even told me that. He said they had rights to Uncle Bertie's driveway. So they could always get to their land through that drive as well.
Because, you know, when we were there, we never, like, you never had a feeling that there was ever access
Right.
from Poitiers Lane to that road at the back.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I could see Lightbourne. So that's where Balducino's is now, Brownsville Basin. There must have been access somewhere in that dead end there. You think? You know where
Probably.
Sidney Brown,
Yeah.
where
yeah,
their
yeah,
house
yeah,
was,
yeah. Where Miss Kathleen
and the
and
Lightbournes and the Duggins.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
Duggins would have
and Miss
been.
Kathleen used to sell the plants.
Yeah, oh
Did
my
you see
gracious,
her daughter
those
the other day, or
Jujus.
her
Yeah.
granddaughter?
That was not.
I wouldn't even
they
know
just
them.
lived up in there. That was her name was Kennedy.
Oh, okay.
Gabriel Kennedy. They used to ride horses,
Oh.
and that was Mac's buddy.
Oh.
Gabriel Kennedy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Duggins, you remember the Duggins? The Duggins? What are those
Virginia.
girls? Virginia and
She was a
little
class.
short people.
Yeah.
I don't know where they came from. Michael, they had a brother Michael,
I
right?
think, yeah.
Yeah, right in that dead end they lived. And Grandpapa Lee, you know, he never stopped working. So, you know, he'd work all the week at the shop, and then on the weekends he would weed their property.
Oh.
Yeah, he'd weed it, clean it up.
Well, you
Pull
know,
all the weeds out.
Violet
for
Weed
something
said
to
our
do.
grandpa did it. Daddy's
Uh-huh.
father used to weed Violet.
The whole
Weeds.
area, totally
What
unbelievable.
were they, Eileen Knowles's?
Where's
Sir
that?
Sir Derwood's daddy had that big lot on the end of Poitiers Lane. And now it's a big old empty lot that had old boats in it.
Boats in it,
But they used
yes.
to have a home
The
there.
house where that house was on the other side of Fowler Street,
Yeah.
on Poitiers Lane.
Yeah, but they were there originally, and they moved down there further.
Okay.
But
Now-
that's where Violet Knowles Weech
Uh-huh.
said our Grandpa Jeff used to go and weed their yard.
Oh no, that was a big yard.
Yeah.
Now, what was the name of that lady that lived there? She used to do hair. A pretty, pretty woman. She was blonde. She was married to a foreign guy, and they lived in that building upstairs. You don't remember her, Eileen? She liked Mummy. Mummy used to go there sometime, and she was a pretty woman. She looked a little bit like the Duggins. But she was blonde. I remember her. You know the two-story little house that was in there? In the back where those boats are? She lived upstairs there. But I don't know who she was. Well, I'll have to ask Mommy. But she looked a little like them, but she was blonde. Now they were dark-headed. They looked Italian or French. But they had that real European, French, Italian look to them. Very black hair. The color of their skins, the Duggan people. I distinctly remember them, yeah.
We'll have to get on the genealogy site and check them out for sure.
Yeah.
Always
Their
into it.
point is,
We ran into
Nora.
Paris.
Wow, I'd love to see the picture of Nora, and Percy was his
I know,
name.
and it's in my.
Mr. Hall.
I'll email it to you.
Yeah, that is too precious.
I'll email it
Because
to
I
you.
remember
Yeah.
them so well. I could remember their house. It was little and pictures everywhere, and in the little living room, dining room area, there was a window, and pictures were in that, and that went into another little area that must have one time been the porch.
Right, could be.
And then the memories of going down to Mr. Hall to get sliced cheese and sausage.
And the pineapple tart.
Oh my gracious! And wrapped it up in parchment
yeah.
paper.
But the thing
Would
of
you
it
call
was,
parchment
they
paper
had
now?
little record books, like
Oh,
hardback
yeah.
ledgers, and Mommy said, she'd tell the
Charge
name, and
it.
Mommy will
Yes,
come in, just put it to us.
Just put it on.
And then at
on
the end of the
this,
week, you
write it
settled
in.
up.
Right.
You know, with them.
Right. Yeah.
I can just see
that's
it.
Do
Then they
you
just
know that the little tree I put up there, in that container, is a bag with the books from Grandpapa's shop?
Oh,
I'm just like,
Maddie.
what is this musty smelling thing? The books from the shop.
That he kept records?
Yes.
Oh, you gotta keep them.
They're too, I couldn't throw them away.
Oh, no.
And you know the ledger type books, the really
Yeah.
nice expensive books now that
Yeah.
you pay so much for. Everybody's staying in alphabetical order.
What was the name of his shoe shop?
Lee's Emporium.
Lee.
Lee's Emporium. Who I didn't even know then. Una used to go there to get her shoes every Easter and every
we would
Christmas.
walk from our house downtown, and I
She lived on Sears Road.
Right, yeah.
Isn't that
Trying on
something?
these shoes.
I
all
never
the
knew her
time.
then, and who's to
Yeah.
know that we were going to be dear friends,
Yeah.
you know? And she used to get her shoes there, and Grandpa
Yeah.
used to measure
Remember
her
that so-
feet.
so well.
Yeah,
Maddie,
yeah.
have you scanned the books?
The books.
The books he found. No, she hadn't seen
Oh
them.
no,
She just
no,
found
no. I got to do something about them.
Yeah.
You need to
Yeah,
because
because they're precious.
they're precious
Yeah.
and paper gets destroyed.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
If
I
you'll
need to do
if you'll
that.
scan them,
Yeah.
and then you can share them with lots of people and ask.
Yeah, that'd be
They
true,
know
'cause
who
that's
these
what-
people are and,
Yeah.
and
names from all over the
the
place.
names and the
Yeah.
stories behind them and all of that.
Everybody's got a story.
That's
And
the
you-
truth.
Yeah.
And
gra-
you
gra-
can share it without having to actually share the books.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to do that because that paper, that's lasted a long, long
Well,
time.
yeah, before
Yeah.
my time.
You know?
How
Yeah.
long has he been gone?
Oh, Grandpapa.
Yeah.
Well, on Dale's been gone since I was about 13 or 14.
Yeah. And they died 2 months apart.
Is that
They
right?
did. It was
Mhm.
absolutely horrible. I'll never forget that.
Yeah.
It was just a feeling of absolute devastation to lose both of them.
So close.
Grandmama didn't live. She lived 2 months.
And not only that, her service was on Mother's Day. Right, she died right in May. Remember that?
So we went to see Alva.
Oh,
yeah.
my
We've
darling
been to see her
heart.
several times since we've been here. A bunch of paper everywhere, and I said, "Mr. Payne, be sure to pick up your paper." And he screamed as the cross all the way on the other side. Miss Pender, go around the whole bike and get all the papers up from everywhere. Because he was mad because I had told him about the paper.
Uh-huh.
And I said, no way. I wasn't hired to be the janitor, and I'm not doing it.
Uh-huh.
So he decided if I didn't do it, then they were going to have to fire me.
Uh-huh.
So I just wrote out my resignation, and Mr. Purchett was the manager at the time,
Uh-huh.
but I gave it to Godfrey Roberts, who was
Uh-huh.
like the assistant. And Godfrey said, "Do Eileen, just apologize. We don't want to have to do." I said, "No, I'm not. I'm not apologizing. I'm not wrong, and I'm not doing it."